Okay, so you want to own a brewery. You picture the drive-through line of pints forming every evening. And your name on the board, with locals bragging they knew you first. That's the picture. That's what the listing photos are designed to make you feel. Here's the problem. A real build-out regularly costs $500,000 to $500,000 before you pour anything. A brewery is not really a manufacturing business. It is a taproom and real estate business. And the moment you understand that, how it makes and quietly loses money explains. You're starting from nothing. Let's build it from the ground up, decision by decision. Because every choice you make now locks in later profit or pain. And once you sign, you can't unsign. The clock and interest start now. So what does it really take to get those doors open? We'll do it step by step, and we won't skip the ugly parts. Because in this business, illusions are expensive, and fine print drinks first. None of this is decoration. Your first high-stakes decision is brewhouse size, because it sets your capacity. Pick too small, and you choke growth. Pick too big, and debt buries you. So what does each size actually cost, installed and making beer, not just shiny steel? A 7 BBL system with pumps, controls, and piping can run $150,000 to $350,000. Fermenters add fast, $12,000 to $25,000 each, and you'll want at least 4. A proper glycol chiller is $10,000 to $40,000 before any insulated lines. Kegs are $100 to $150 each, and you need 100 plus to start. Used gear saves money, but freight, rigging, and crating still hit $5,000 to $15,000. Rigging a 20-foot tank safely through a door is a serious, billable day. Power matters. Upgrading to 480-volt 3-phase can add 5 figures you didn't plan. And the slab. Sloping and trench drains often cost $20,000 to $80,000 alone. Your headline system price is just half the number you actually write checks for. Read the quotes. Installation is a separate line, and it is rarely small. All in, for a modest taproom brewery, commonly lands between $500,000 and $500,000. Here's where the obvious mental model starts to break down. Before you brew, you need approvals. Federal, state, city, and fire all sign off. Timelines stack. TTB can take 60 to 120 days. State adds 30 to 90. Permits multiply. Each stamp is another inspection, fee, and possible redesign. Add food? A compliant hood and makeup air can cost $20,000 to $50,000. Boilers need permits, vents, and annual checks. Easily $5,000 to $20,000 installed. The part almost nobody budgets for correctly is water and sewer impact fees. Cities charge capacity fees, $20,000 to $100,000, depending on projected load. High-strength wastewater can trigger surcharges, $300 to $2,000 per month ongoing. Glycol piping runs aren't hoses. Insulated trunk lines can add $8,000 to $25,000. ADA bathrooms and access add $10,000 to $30,000, and inspectors will check. Sprinklers or upgrades. Another $15,000 to $60,000 if the space needs more coverage. Each change resets the clock. Carrying rent during delays burns real cash every month. Pre-revenue rent of $8,000 to $20,000 per month is a quiet killer. Here's the decision that trips people up. Even if you brew, you need a head brewer, or you become the bottleneck. A head brewer costs $55,000 to $90,000, plus benefits, and some autonomy. Assistants and cellarmen run $35,000 to $50,000 each, and they lift the weight. Your taproom needs coverage. Bartenders, a taproom manager, and cleaners every week. FOH effective pay runs $18 to $28 per hour with tips, depending on laws. Offer benefits or churn will cost you more. Training isn't free, and turnover hurts. The overlooked cost is gas. CO2 or nitrogen can run $1 to $2 per pound. Cylinders carry rental fees, miss a swap, and you eat a lost deposit charge. Draft lines must be cleaned weekly, and every clean dumps a few pints. Figure 2 to 3 pints per line per week, multiplied across all your taps. Staffing nights and weekends is relentless. You're selling hospitality, not just beer. Training matters. Upselling flights and merch moves margin without another brew day. Schedules flex for sick days, vacations, and events. That takes managerial time. Monthly payroll, for even a small team, can run $45,000 to $90,000. That's the good news. Here's the volatility that comes right after it. Everyone assumes selling more beer always makes more money. That's the trap. Let's do the math on one barrel. Assume 7.50 cents per pint on average. A barrel is 31 gallons, 248 pints, less 10% waste, means about 223 sold. At 7.50, that single barrel grosses about $1,672 in your taproom. COGS for draft beer is often $60 to $120 per barrel, packaging negligible. So your gross margin per barrel, poured in-house, can be around $1,500. Now sell that same beer through distribution, and your world flips. Typical brewery to distributor keg prices run roughly $140 to $180 per half barrel. One barrel equals 2 half-barrel kegs, so you're grossing maybe $280 to $360. After delivery, kegware, and admin, your net per barrel shrinks even more. Selling more through distribution can make you poorer, not richer, at small scale. Your best margins live within 50 feet of your tanks. That's the inversion. Scale is real, but only when taproom throughput climbs with it, not pallets. Distribution can be marketing, but as a profit engine, it's often a mirage early. And that's when the real number shows up. Yes, pints pay, but flights introduce people to higher margin, repeatable favorites. Merch moves margin. $20 to $40 shirts carry 50 to 60% gross margins. Crowlers and growlers sell today's beer at retail. No distributor cut anywhere. Events aren't fluff. They turn slow nights into profitable nights with predictable lift. Mug clubs are cash flow. Annual $100 to $200 for perks. Funds inventory bumps. Private rentals add $300 to $800 per night without brewing an extra ounce. Food trucks feed customers while you capture drink revenue and avoid kitchen overhead. Limited releases, drive lines, and Instagram, then fill your taproom for the week. Service matters. A friendly bartender increases dwell time, tabs, and return visits. Clean bathrooms matter. It's hospitality, and it shows up as average check size. Own your audience. Email lists, announce drops, and keep your slow days alive. Translate every brewing hour into retail margin hours, and cash grows more predictable. Community sponsorships are marketing, not charity, if they bring warm bodies Thursday. Atmosphere is part of the product. You're selling a third place, not just beer. Sounds great. Here's the catch. Fixed costs stack again, whether Tuesday is slow or not. Breweries use 3 to 7 gallons of water per gallon of beer produced. You'll file federal and state excise taxes precisely and on time every month. Federal excise tax starts at $3.50 per barrel for small producers. State excise varies from a few cents to over $1 per gallon. Stainless is eternal. Gaskets, seals, and pumps are not. They demand constant love. Yeast health, oxygen pickup, and sanitation are not optional, or beer goes down the drain. Infections mean dumping batches. That's lost COGS, plus lost retail you can't recapture. Supply issues happen. CO2 shortages and can shortages spiked costs and forced substitutions. Cleaning is a shift, every day. Hiring for it beats pretending you'll do it forever. Reports, sales taxes, excise, inventory, payroll, and safety training, all with consequences. Insurance for property, general liability, liquor liability, and vehicles adds up fast. Preventive maintenance on chillers and boilers beats catastrophic downtime in July. Dead merch is dead cash. Order discipline turns shirts back into dollars, which would have been fine, except Green Flash expanded hard, opening a Virginia Beach facility in 2016. A huge footprint, bank debt, and bets on national distribution growth. Then growth slowed, shelf space tightened, distributor attention scattered, and margins compressed. By 2018, the lender foreclosed. The Virginia Beach facility closed abruptly. Assets sold, strategy unwound. The brand survived, but the expansion didn't. The lesson is structural, not scandal. Distribution margin can't carry oversized debt. Debt needs predictable cash. Pallets don't deliver predictability for small craft breweries. When assumptions about volume and price move, fixed payments don't move with them. Remember Chapter 5, your fattest margins live close to your taps, not far away. Local dominance beats national ambition for most owners who want to sleep. Quality helps, but quality doesn't replace unit economics or rent and interest. Right-size debt to taproom throughput, then layer distribution for marketing, not fuel. Expansion isn't evil, pacing is survival, and pacing starts with the taproom math. Read that again. Let's build a realistic monthly budget and a break-even you can believe. Rent or mortgage, $12,000 to $25,000 per month for a good location. Payroll, $45,000 to $90,000 per month for brewhouse and taproom. Debt service, $10,000 to $30,000 per month, depending on what you financed. Utilities, $4,000 to $10,000 per month for water, power, gas, and waste. Insurance, licenses, POS, accountants, $3,000 to $7,000 per month. Fixed costs rough in at $74,000 to $162,000 per month, all in. If your $7.50 pint carries roughly $1.50 COGS, contribution margin is about $6. Break-even at $100,000 monthly fixed costs is about 16,667 pints. That's around 555 pints per day, with weekends carrying more weight. Successful scenario, 20 barrels poured weekly. Difficult scenario, only 10 barrels poured. At 20 in-house barrels, 166 and 72 each, you're near 33,000 weekly before taxes. At 10 barrels, you're at 16,700 weekly, and fixed costs loom large. Monthly, that's $134,000 versus $67,000 gross. The gap is the entire business. Here's the problem. A brewery is not really a manufacturing business. It is a taproom and real estate business. It's worth owning if you love hospitality and can drive consistent foot traffic. Win your neighborhood. Get 500 true regulars and become their third place. Use distribution sparingly as marketing. Don't ask it to pay your rent. Carry a cash cushion of 3 to 6 months fixed costs. Sleep matters. Hire a manager who loves Tuesdays. Weeknights decide survival, not Saturdays. Brew fewer, better beers. Discipline in the cellar outperforms chasing every trend. Don't scale pallets before you scale pints. Keep the margin where you can see it. It was never really about the stainless or the pallets leaving the dock. It's about serving your neighborhood night after night at retail margin. Subscribe for the next build and tell me which business to tackle next.